try me a gyro right now.
A what?
A gyro? Or a gyro?
What's that?
Oh, I don't know, really. That's a gyro.
That looks kind of good though.
I prefer backflip gyros.
Yeah, same.
Spoiled.
Oh my god, get in, loser. We're making a tutorial.
I'm spoiled. My parents got me a shake too.
Wow.
I know. Thanks, Dad.
Hey, what's up, TCM? Today, we are learning how to do a ginger flip. I don't know why it's called that. I didn't come up with it. I presume the first person to do it was a ginger, I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know why they call it that, but today we got Gage to help us teach this. He's back.
Tie my shoe. Just kidding, I don't tie shoes.
Yeah, he never does. His 2020 resolution, New Year's resolution, was to keep his shoes tied, and that failed after like 3 weeks, maybe.
You're being generous.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2 weeks. So, obviously some of the prerequisites here would be to know how to backflip. Obviously. So if you don't know how to backflip, I'm gonna leave a link or thing, a card right up there. And then I'm also gonna leave a link down in the description for you. If you don't know how to backflip, find a friend, go learn how to backflip. And yeah, other than that, let's do some ginger flips.
Okay, so a lot of people try to like cheat gainer when they do a ginger and they run through and they kick their leg through, when reality you should come together with your feet and kind of punch and dive into it. That way your feet are fully off the ground before you go for the flip. I'm gonna do a better one and land it. So again, notice how my feet are fully off the ground before too much push is going, and I reach probably a bit above my shoulder.
So a couple of things here, just like with the palm side flip tutorial, if you haven't watched that, I'll leave a link right there for you guys, and I'll also put it down in the description below. I want you guys to look where you're going. So don't just blindly reach for the thing. Have a goal, reach for the goal, keep your eye on that goal, right? Make that solid contact, and then start your tug. So we're going to run up, gather step, put our feet together or slightly shoulders apart, whatever you want. Reach for the goal, hand on the goal, and then start your tug. And that's pretty much it. All right, so the way that I learned how to do my ginger flip was standing. So I literally stood right next to the pole, looked for the pole, jumped, did my backflip, landed, and started spotting sideways. So I would reach and start looking, but wouldn't actually touch. And just like I was mentioning with the palm side, as you start to like graze your hand and get more comfortable, that's fine to start, but you can't stay there. So start to jump, look, reach, grab, push, and then start your whole backflip. So I haven't done these in a few years because they're just not my favorite skill. I prefer other things. So you're gonna kind of see me go through this whole process one more time, and hopefully I don't die.
You got it, you got it.
There it is. Okay. I don't like the curve. It's so awkward.
It is a little weird.
Let's go over here. There we go.
Yes,
See, it was just a slant. Sick. So what are some common mistakes that you see people come into with learning this trick besides the leg swing?
I just think that people do the leg swing because they're trying to fixate and they don't want to jump and then grab. You know, they're kind of just like, I need to touch it before I take off.
Almost like half committing to the flip.
Yeah, because if you do miss it, you might. So that wouldn't be great.
Okay.
Gingers are kind of not too much to them.
No, there's not too much to them. A couple of things that I would like to touch on though is being too close or being too far. A lot of the same common mistakes that we're gonna run into for this tutorial also apply from the palm side tutorial. So once again, if you haven't seen that, I'll leave a link in the description down below. So being too close to the thing, to the pole, to the tree, to the whatever it happens to be, you're gonna run into the risk of kicking your knees in this case, not necessarily your feet, but your knees on the pole. It's gonna make it really hard if you are too far or too close to get your ginger done. So can you go stand by the pole for me? All right, so this is comfortable for you?
Yeah.
Right now, you can see this distance per gauge right here is his comfortable distance for him. But if he was to take a step to the right, and having to dive out. So now this is possible being this distance away, but it's just not necessarily beginner friendly. So just keep that in mind. Your distancing is gonna make a big difference from how you learn. So the easiest way that I learned was on the floor, just right next to the pole. So just be aware of it.
A good way to measure like how far of a distance you can go safely is when you touch it and you're taking off, can you bring your knees high and above to your chest to start getting that rotation? So I could go a little bit further if I wanted to, but this playground does not allow that. I think a good way to get ginger flips is just to work all the other variants like palm flip and getting very comfortable with them, doing them off everything. Just, oh. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
TCM. Every time I learn a new trick, I just tend to do it in all the most awkward places I can think of, because I mean, if you do it in a hard situation, then next time you have it in a line, you're good to go.
So you could be seen.
I don't want them to see my face.
I want them to see you. All right, so
we're gonna make Dillon try in a bunch of awkward spots.
So in this case, the straight lamp was way easier for me. So Gage is making me do it on the curve because the curve is what was kind of scaring me in the first place. So I'm gonna go do the curve right now and I'm gonna get over this fear, so. Woo. I still hate this.
Oh yeah, you got it. You just need a warm up.
Oh God.
Did it really feel worse for you?
I grabbed and then like held on and I started flipping instead of just pushing.
What do you push most with, your fingers or your palm? I feel like a lot of palm, yeah.
Yeah, all palm.
All right, let's go one more time. Much better.
Sick.
Yeah, let's do gap ginger. So this is another example of a ginger. You'll see I still take off both feet, still fixating the same, but now there's a gap in the way. The best thing is still to just reach high, focus on this. Usually a stiff arm is gonna keep you out and away from the object, so should be okay. And there goes the hat. So we're gonna get Dillon to do this gap because I told him I don't do gainers. Like, gainers terrify me.
I also don't gainer.
A ginger gap is perfectly normal. So we're gonna get him to break that bad mental.
Maybe, we'll see. Okay, so hear me out. This small gap isn't what freaks me out. It's having this object behind me when I land. Why am I gonna try to gain it right now? That makes no sense.
I was gonna say, you can do that as a prerequisite, but I definitely think that's tougher because I can't do it like that.
That didn't help me at all.
Honestly, you just gotta send it. If you commit to the hand touch, your body will carry the distance. Another good drill is watch the back. So we're doing some lines.
Oh.
And now you got yourself some gaps. Woo. So Dillon's gonna jump from that gap. Treat it the same way as if the gap wasn't there. Reach high, push hard, pull those legs up. Hey, this is good. Now you're learning on your own tutorial. Courage, Cork. Hey, how you feeling?
Scared?
Got it. It's just 1,000 little wood chips impaling into your hand or face.
Thanks. Let me get some power. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna do it.
Hey, you committed though. Go. Well, if you scatter your legs when you go for the ginger, you tend to churn how you did. And if you keep your legs like they get, whatever, it's like a pike behind you. It'll keep you straight for the ginger and it makes the ginger easier.
I'm going like this, right?
You're turning and yeah, it's going a little off axis, but that's what makes it scary. That's what makes you kind of go in that direction. Whereas you want to stay straight with it. But that's the trick, is staying straight, but now you got a gap. So the position you would be for a normal ginger, go close to it and try it. Now just mimic that, but stand back. And that's the pose you're gonna wanna be in after the gap.
Okay.
And then same thing, you just commit for it.
I also think that I'm trying to hit more like here. So I think I'm trying to hit more on the side because the curve is freaking me out. And so I think this is all relatively the same. And so I think
That's true. It's definitely not the best spot.
No, for sure not. But I think that could be what's causing me also to like not reach for this.
Yeah.
I'm really wanting to hit this side over here.
Yeah, from where you have to jump to where you have to grab is a little
It's awkward.
wonky.
Yeah, all right.
Whew, I think, did you tap it?
I think I'm burnt out on these.
Nice.
At least on like this.
To go and snap it.
Gotcha.
But when you're doing a gap, yeah, you still want to land that same thing, so you're basically reaching forward, and then your drifting legs behind you catch up once you hit, and right when you're straight, it's
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's hard. This is flat. If it was a gap, you have all that flow time. You could be like, full gyro or something.
All right, so I'm done.
Dillon didn't get his ginger.
I didn't get my ginger. At least not with the gap. But that goes for like my ability level and my comfortability level. Again, it's been years since I've done them, and I never did them gapped like Gage does. That's all we got for you guys for today. That was the whole process of like how I went through it and learned my first ginger years ago, and then relearning it just now. And that was everything that Gage has got for you guys on learning. So if you want to see more of Gage, you can check out his Instagram, which is right here. It's Waste of Gravity. You can also send your gingers to us, and we are happy to help critique it. So our Instagram for TCM is @TheCollectiveMovements. Don't forget to comment down below what the hardest part or scariest part of learning the ginger was for you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click that bell notification because we will be putting out videos for you guys every Saturday. So get outside and go train.